You are in your kitchen. You've already decided. You looked at the sink, saw the plates piling up, and you made the conscious, mature, completely voluntary decision to wash the dishes. You walk over, you reach for the sponge. You are literally 1 second away from doing it and feeling completely fine about it. And then someone walks in and says, "Hey, can you wash the dishes?" Your hand freezes. The motivation you had 2 seconds ago doesn't just disappear, it detonates. It is replaced by a deep, visceral, almost aggressive wave of repulsion. You drop the sponge. You don't just want to avoid the dishes anymore. Doing the dishes now feels like a profound violation of something. You would genuinely rather stare at a blank wall for 3 hours than touch a single plate. And the worst part? You were about to do them anyway. It's not just chores. It happens when a boss assigns you a task you were already planning to start. It happens when a friend insists just a little too hard that you have to watch a certain show. The second it becomes an order, an expectation, or a demand, a massive concrete wall slams down inside your brain. People call you stubborn, difficult, petty, and standing there at the sink paralyzed by your own refusal, you probably agree with them. You ask yourself, why am I like this? Why can't I just do the thing? Here's why. And once you understand it, you are never going to call yourself broken again. Society has conditioned us to treat compliance as the ultimate virtue. From kindergarten, we are graded on how quietly we sit, how quickly we obey, how well we follow instructions. We are taught that a good person is an agreeable person. So when your brain instinctively rejects an instruction, society labels you as defiant, immature, resistant. But society is looking at this completely backward. What you are experiencing is not stubbornness. It is not pettiness. It is a highly intense, involuntary neurological response, and modern psychologists have a name for it: a pervasive drive for autonomy. Your brain isn't rejecting the task, it is fiercely protecting your freedom. And that refusal to be controlled is not a character flaw. It is a sophisticated survival mechanism and a marker of deep, independent intelligence. Here is what is actually happening inside your nervous system. Deep inside your brain is the amygdala, your threat detection center. For most people, a demand like "wash the dishes" gets processed in the prefrontal cortex as simple data, just an item on a list. But your brain places an exceptionally high value on self-determination. So when someone issues a demand, your amygdala does not process it as a request, it processes it as a threat, a direct attack on your autonomy. The sudden refusal you feel isn't a choice. Your nervous system hijacks your executive function before your rational brain can intervene. The demand represents a loss of control, and your brain slams the emergency brake to get it back. It isn't saying, "I don't want to do this." It is saying, doing this right now, under these conditions, does not feel safe. That distinction matters enormously. Now, not everyone with this wiring reacts the same way. There are 3 distinct types of autonomy-driven people, and they map almost perfectly onto the 3 stress responses: freeze, fight, and flight. Type 1, the silent saboteur. This is the freeze response. You don't argue, you don't throw a fit. You smile, say sure, and then absolutely, under no circumstances, do the thing. You will procrastinate to the point of total self-sabotage just to reclaim ownership of your own timeline. You aren't lazy. You are quietly striking against external control. You will eventually do the task, but only at the exact moment the other person stops expecting it, because then, and only then, it becomes your choice again. Type 2, the malicious complier. This is the fight response, but civilized. When your autonomy is threatened, you fight back through weaponized compliance. A micromanaging boss tells you to do something their inefficient way, you do it exactly as asked, to the letter, knowing it will fail spectacularly. Or you complete the task, but with such radiant, heavy, visible irritation that the person instantly regrets opening their mouth. Your resistance is loud, deliberate, and specifically designed to train people never to give you an unsolicited instruction again. Type 3, the independence craver. This is the flight response, and it's the most exhausting one to live inside. You hate being told what to do so much that you stay 3 steps ahead of everyone. You preemptively do the dishes, finish the project, take out the trash, all before anyone can ask. From the outside, you look like a high-achieving, self-motivated force of nature, and you are. But internally, you are running on pure hypervigilance, constantly managing your life so no one ever gets the chance to give you an instruction. The freedom you create for yourself is real. The burnout you build it on is also real, and it's worth recognizing. Now, authority figures love to pathologize this behavior. Performance reviews call it resistant to feedback. Managers call it lacking team spirit. But let's reframe this into what it actually is. If your brain inherently rejects demands, you have a built-in immunity to manipulation. You cannot be easily peer pressured, coerced, or nudged into abandoning your values just because everyone else is doing something. While other people sleepwalk through systems simply because that's how it's always been done, you demand a why. You are the disruptors, the innovators, the people who look at a broken process and refuse to participate in the madness. But the most powerful thing about this wiring is what it means for the people you choose to love. Because you refuse to do things out of blind obligation, every single one of your actions carries real weight. When you choose to show up for someone, when you choose to help, when you choose to stay, it is 100% genuine. It cannot be faked. It cannot be performed. The people in your life don't have to wonder if you're there out of obligation or social pressure. They know you are there because you chose to be. And in a world of people going through the motions, being truly chosen by someone like you is one of the rarest things there is. So the next time you freeze at the kitchen sink because someone told you to grab the sponge, stop feeling guilty. Let go of the shame of being difficult. Your fiercely guarded independence is not a flaw, it is a filter. You don't have an authority problem, you have an authenticity standard. The dishes will get done on your terms because you prefer a clean kitchen and you are in control of your own hands. So, tell me, which one are you? The silent saboteur, the malicious complier, or the independence craver? Drop your type in the comments below. I read every single one. If this video made you feel a little less difficult and a lot more understood, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to keep these deep dives into your brain going, hit the join button to become a channel member. It genuinely means the world. Now, if your brain is wired to protect its autonomy this fiercely, there's a very good chance it also protects your energy just as hard. You probably feel something close to physical pain when you're trapped in surface-level, obligatory small talk. Click the video on your screen right now to find out the real psychological reason your brain refuses to fake connection and why that refusal is one of your greatest strengths. I'll see you there.